Hi, glad you could join us. I'm Annette Sherman. This is Community. I have one of my favorite, actually two of my favorite people on today, and I should say that more often because in my work, I get to be with and talk to many of my favorite people. Today, our special guests, let me introduce them. Let's start with Nate Jacobs, and that's a very good place to start. Nate is the founding artistic director of the West Coast Black Theater Troupe. Now, if you've been reading about the West Coast Black Theater Troupe, it's probably because they're doing something special, something fantastic on stage. But backstage, people are working very hard to see to it that this organization has a facility that they're proud of and that our community is proud of, because that's what they deserve. Let me introduce again Nate Jacobs, who is the founder and executive director. No, not executive director. Artistic director,
Yes.
right. Nate Jacobs. Then we have Julie Leach. Now, I'd like to give you a title for Julie Leach, but as with Nate, one simple little title doesn't really make it, because Julie is the kind of person, her job is executive director, but she does so much more than an executive director. She's a friend, someone who cares, and she's someone who works. I was going to say her bottom off, but she just works and continues working and wants to, because she loves what she does. And we're going to find out what motivates her in just a moment. But she's an integral part of the Black Theater Troupe and the organization of Nate Jacobs.
Definitely. Yes.
Nate, how did you come across, how did you secure this lovely, intelligent, hardworking, extremely knowledgeable, caring, I won't run out of adjectives.
You can go on and on, because she's a phenomenal lady.
Phenomenal lady.
Yes. Christine Jennings introduced her. Christine was our first executive director, came on board around 2010. I just did everything until that time, pretty much. And Julie was asked to come on our new board that we were creating. And she just,
She fell in love with your group,
totally,
and what you're doing.
And she was eventually the board president. And then we went to where Christine wanted to go back into retirement after 5 years of doing some amazing work with us as well. And actually, we tried somebody else that came in for a moment, but they were not the right fit. Next thing I knew, Julie stepped up and she said, well, there's so many wonderful things happening here at the Troupe with the support and the things that we've been working hard on. I want to step in to secure that this success continues and nothing gets in the way of what we want to do with our new capital campaign. And boy, was I glad.
I can imagine.
Including
and probably
the whole board.
over and over and over again through the years.
Yes.
When you see what she does and how she does it, and the kind of energy and the kind of talent that is wrapped up in that lovely lady, and she loves you right back, and loves
Yes.
the organization right back, and gives of herself, of her intelligence, of her knowledge, of her expertise. So thank you for that, for the community,
Thank you.
because we are the benefactor. We are the people who gain from it. If somebody asked you, well, I know I've asked you and you've told me, so I don't have to pretend I don't know. When you founded the Black Theater Troupe,
Mm-hmm.
what was your goal? What did you want to accomplish, Nate?
I wanted to provide more opportunity for underserved artists of diversity, which I did not see. I was being called, and I was performing at the Oslo, Florida Studio Theater, and other theaters around.
But you have performed all over the world.
And I have done a lot of singing and performing all over the world. And I did not see them on the scene. And I felt like they were missing a lot.
Yeah.
I discovered myself in the theater. I did not know I could do all that I could do in the theater. And when I blossomed myself, I thought, wow, how many other people that are like me who need this kind of platform to truly blossom into the special people that they are? So I started teaching a lot, training a lot of young people in the performing arts because a lot of them never could afford to go to the training programs that were offered.
Nate, I have met several of your students. And the first thing they do is give you credit. And that if it wasn't for Nate Jacobs, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for Nate Jacobs, I would not understand what I do about theater, about singing, about dancing, about production. So I know you have many success stories who have shown the fact that they've learned from the great Nate Jacobs. And I don't want to embarrass you, but you are wonderful and special and so very, very talented. And so giving of yourself and of your talents.
Thank you, Annette.
Thank you. You're entirely welcome. Thank you. But how
I
many
see
people
it as a calling, yeah.
and Hans, how many people are in your Black Theater Troupe?
Typically, every season you would see about 10 or 12 of them that are part of every season. We're now getting a lot of guest artists that come in during our seasons from straight out of college, students out of college, and then we get true professionals from New York. So because of the growth of the company, we're able to give even more type of performers.
But it's hands-on. And the fact that you may show them or teach them,
Yes.
and then if they had to go out and get a job to utilize that learning, that would be another thing and would not be impossible because they probably would succeed at that. But you have the little, it's not little, it's a wonderful theater organization right there, and the opportunity is the word I was looking for
Yes.
them to perform and to exercise what you've taught them. And
It's
to
a
work
wonderful
with a
thing.
community that is embracing them, and they feel that, and they don't have to, and they're learning. And what a wonderful feeling! God bless you. What a wonderful job you're doing, and
Thank you.
and our community.
one of the things
our
that the-
community is showing it, Nate.
They're
And
what?
showing it by the
Their support.
contributions that they've given you to build the new wonderful
Yes.
West Coast Theater. Yes, I will talk
very
more about
happy.
it. Get your pen and your checkbook ready because no, I'm serious. I'm serious. That I think that when you see the people that are supporting the Black Theater Troupe and this movement that will happen and the growth and their own facility, which they deserve, which they should have, and we're so proud of having them in our community. You should be a part of it as well, whether your check is for $10 or $10,000 or $1 million. If you have that kind of money, those people should write out their check. No, it's not laughable funny. It is delightfully funny because I've been there, and I've seen people who I know are major contributors, and they are just so vehemently in favor of what you're doing, and so loving of the Black Theater Troupe. You're ours. You belong in our community, and please stay forever.
We will.
Thank you.
Julie Leach, I want to talk a little bit about you, and then I'm going to ask Nate to do something that he did the first time I met him.
Okay.
I'll just set it up, and then we'll talk to you, and then
Okay.
we'll go back to Nate. It was a luncheon that we were having for, I think, the Video Archives luncheon. And while I'm talking about luncheons, and you talked about the one of our people who we honored last year,
Right.
who was instrumental and helpful in helping West Coast Black Theater Troupe, very much so.
Yes.
And
Christine.
I'm speaking about
Christine Jennings.
Christine Jennings.
We're very happy
and
about
you,
that.
And you surreptitiously arranged for some of your people, some of your performers, to come up unbeknownst to me, and that was fine. That was very good, because if I had known, I would have probably ruined it, not purposely, but I think it was so special when they just appeared and sang
Yes,
to
we
her,
did.
and the audience stopped what they were doing, and they couldn't stop applauding when
Right. It was-
that time came.
Yeah.
So that was lovely. I never did thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for allowing us to do that.
Yeah.
We did honor her, and she deserved a lot of honoring because she's done wonderful things in our community.
Yes,
Yes,
she
she
has.
has.
Julie, How did you meet Nate?
Well, I met Nate. Actually, our children went to the same school. So I had
I'm
met.
sorry, I can't hear you.
Our children went to the same school.
You and Nate went to the same school?
No, our children.
My daughter with her son went to the same
Oh,
school.
it's the same school. So you know
Yeah.
the parents of your daughter's
Yeah, so I had met
schoolmate.
him there, but I had not really experienced the theater until after Christine introduced me to the troupe.
I'm going to ask you to try to speak a little louder because I want everybody to hear what you say, and I want to hear what you say. Okay, I met Nate at a luncheon, at one of those luncheons that he comes to every year and supports us beautifully, and I thank you for that. And I didn't know Nate. And I knew he had a theater organization that he had started, and I invited him up to the podium. And he came up, and we talked a little bit, and then I said something about maybe a little excerpt of something. And he said, well, everybody has an Aunt
Rudell.
an Auntie Rudell, and I didn't know. And he right before my eyes, he changed to Auntie Rudell, which is very difficult for a male, and a strong male, becoming a rather, well, become Auntie Rudell for a moment or two, Nate, into that camera, and let them see what I saw first, which was so hysterically funny. The audience would not stop applauding. They did not want you to leave, and they did not want you to stop being Auntie Rudell on that day.
Doretha, why did you cut all your hair off? Doretha, just like a window needs a shade, people need hair. Now you take people with real pretty faces, why they can go without hair, but that's not you. You need to go grow your hair back or put a wig on your head or something. And where'd you go? Jenny Craig. All this weight you done lost, Jenny Craig. Well, somebody ought to slap Jenny Craig. And don't you go to another class. Hubbard, shut up, I'm not talking to you. I am talking to Doretha. You know she looked bad. She looked better when she was big and wide. She looks like a pipe cleaner.
I don't believe that. We've used 15 minutes of our time, and I don't want to use it all. Nate Jacobs, you're wonderful. Tell us, if you will, remember we're only a half-hour program, what you do with the Black Theater Troupe. What is your function? I know your title.
Well, I'm the executive director, which means I do the business part of the theater troupe. So manage the budget.
They ever tell you pretty women should never get involved in business? You didn't listen.
Didn't listen.
Well, your husband's, you're a CPA.
Yes, I'm a CPA. My husband's also in business, and we met in business school. And I enjoy business. I enjoy working with numbers and trying to see how we can accomplish Nate's dream.
You're an unusual woman in so many ways, but for a woman for CPA to begin, although there are more women CPAs today than ever,
Yeah.
but working with an organization that needs the kind of assistance that you're able to give them, that support and that knowledge, and that's fine, and you've become good friends.
Yeah.
And I know you're there at the shows because when I have been there, I've seen you there.
Yeah.
And that's just wonderful because that's the kind of people we have in our community, Nate, right?
It is, it is.
Okay, you're training these young people, you're training the performers and creating a new cadre of talent in our community, and they are winning the hearts of the community. And what's happening is your facility that you use, the theater that you use, is at a point where you need more space.
Yes.
Where you need a larger and a more significant operation than you have now. What's happening? Tell
More
us.
seating, a better theater. We came into a former Mayflower warehouse and kind of adapted it into a performing space. Now we are taking it to a more legit theatrical professional space. And so Julie has been heading with the board our Heart and Soul campaign. We're 2 years in, and we raised everything. We just need $1 more million to finish out this campaign to give our patrons even a more comfortable experience. We only have like 2 very small restrooms, so the women's line is strung around the theater during intermission. And so we always, it's a big laugh every time we say that at the stage speech. The new bathrooms will have 8 bathroom stalls, and the women just go, yes!
Yes. I mean, that
So-
isn't why you go there to use the bathroom stall. But the fact is, when you're there, you may need it, and if you need it, it's nice. I'm going to make this statement, and this is the true truth. I have never seen a show that your group has performed that wasn't excellent, that
you.
didn't have marvelous singers or dancers or both. Wonderful story, wonderful actors. You got a lot of talent there. And what you do is you help them to exercise their professionalism and learn about how to be professional. I can't wait till the new facility opens. When are you shooting for, Nate?
Next January.
Yeah.
Next January.
Next January.
Yes.
Okay. Let's put that number on the screen, please, Damon, to call. And there's a website there also that's going to come up on your screen. And when it does, please make note of it. We'll give you a moment or two because here it is coming on the screen. It's going to come on the screen again. To mark that down, get out your checkbook and support this extremely, and another extremely talented group of performers, because we do not want to lose them. We love them, we enjoy them, we are proud of them, and let's give them the facility that they deserve. So make out a check and send it, or call, and the telephone number should be on the screen as well. The telephone number is 366-1505, 366-1505, and I promise you this, the people on the other end of the phone are just about as nice as they could be and as anxious to help you and give you the information that you seek. So it's an enjoyable call. And you can tell them how much you loved their performance when you saw them, because I'm sure you will. I've yet to see a performance of the Black Theater Troupe that I didn't find absolutely entertaining and delightful. Well,
Thank you.
it's the truth. It's the
Great.
truth.
Thanks, Annette.
Okay, we've got some pictures. I almost hesitate to use them because I want to hear more from you. But okay, we've got, we're going to see these pictures. Let's see some of them at any rate. Let's see the first picture, please. What do we see?
So this is Raisin. We just had the final
enormously
performance.
successful, Nate.
It was, and everybody loved it. And it's the musical version of A Raisin in the Sun. And then we
Is that
opened,
your interpretation of
not
it?
mine. It was from New York.
It's a Broadway show.
It's a former Broadway show. Just like the Straight Play, they came back and did a musical in the late 70s. And then we opened an original show that I wrote, Marvin Gaye, Prince of Soul. Now, it was sold out, so the patrons began to ask for more and more tickets, so we've added 2 more performances of Marvin Gaye,
Now,
Prince of
sold
Soul.
out, that phrase is very, very, and they're
Yeah.
smiling, because it goes with, when you give it an ad to the newspaper or something, you want us to put the sold out in now, Nate, or do
No.
it later? No, you can put it in now because we're almost sold out now, says you. Okay.
Yeah, we added
Yes,
2 more performances so we can have a little more seats to sell. And then after Marvin Gaye, Black Nativity, which is our Christmas card to the community, our holiday show. And it's at the Sarasota
Is
Opera
this,
House.
that Black Nativity, is that one of your creations?
That a lot of it is my creation, but it comes from a framework of Langston Hughes, who started Black Nativity tradition in the mid-1950s. So, but when you get the framework, you can create your own original piece around it. And
I
it's
want to
like,
speak for a moment to the people who've never been to the Black Theater Troupe and never seen them perform. You're in for an amazing experience. As I said, I've never seen a performance by that group that wasn't where you just don't want to stop applauding. You just want them to know how much you appreciated what they've done on stage. Extraordinary. They're directed by Nate Jacobs. They're taught by Nate Jacobs, but they bring their own talent. And let's
very
not only
exciting.
come to the shows, which I try to do whenever I can, lately not as often as I'd like, but help them to have the facility that they deserve.
and I think the final pictures are of the
Of the
of the
let's
facilities,
move
yes.
forward with the pictures. And this is from?
That's Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
That's the new
let's
show
move,
that's
let's move
opening.
quickly because we only have about less than 15 minutes.
And that's the picture from Black Nativity. That's the Archangel that opens up the show, Miss Tara Connor-Jones, who's amazing.
She's coming back
Amazing,
this
is
year.
right. Okay, next picture. Sometimes it takes a while. Okay, I
And I don't know who that guy is. I think he's a guest star. That's me singing in Black
Performed
Nativity.
all over the world. I don't know
Now,
why you should
yeah.
be any different. It's
Now,
not
these are
performed.
our kids, Annette. We have education programs.
Oh.
Summer camp with teenagers for that training and development, and then they get their own showcase. So that's the picture from their showcase that they
The
did.
next one's the kids too.
Those are
Yeah.
kids, too.
Yeah.
They did a little piece from Dreamgirls, the Broadway musical. So,
The shows that you pick, your
so
organization
now
picks
this
are
is the
great.
facilities.
Oh, this is the new facility.
Yes.
Okay, this is what it's going to look like. Where is it going to be, Nate?
Same place where we are. We're just
Which is
renovating
very
that
convenient.
whole. Yeah.
It's just really a hop, skip, and a jump out of town. And it isn't even out of town, it's in town.
Right.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
so that's wonderful. And you said before that Julie, that you're anticipating a year from this to January,
Yes.
which is amazing because you really just started this
Yeah.
when?
We were very blessed.
2 years ago. Yep.
Yeah, people, like you said, had been watching and knew of our struggle for many, many years of not ever having a facility to truly grow our legs or build the organization. And so when Julie and the board and Christine came on board, they were very aggressive about making that happen for us. And I was just totally blown away. I had just said, we probably would never have
You
a place.
didn't know they loved you that much.
I
huh?
didn't know. I
Well, you
didn't know. I
weren't
was
paying,
blown
you were
away.
training young people, you
Right.
were performing, you were directing, you were doing that, making the ladies' room better, all the things that needed to get done. And Julie's helping you do all these things.
She is, most
Yep.
definitely,
Yeah.
yes.
So, no,
Real
I'm
team.
serious. I'm kidding you, but I'm serious that I have yet to see or speak to. And I have a lot of people that are coming on my program, a lot of people that I see in just a normal kind of exchange, that they all love you.
Yeah.
And it's not only you individually, it's what you do and how
Yeah.
you do it and what you're doing with these young people in our community. It's a great, great tribute.
I feel very fortunate to do
You're
that. be
also
able to do it.
extremely talented and very generous, but outside of that. I've got 5 minutes. Should we see pictures in 5 minutes?
I think we went through them all that they had.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yes? Okay.
We're done.
We saw the pictures. Yep.
He's out of pictures? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
we've done them all.
Well, very good. Then let's talk about what's going to be happening, what is happening within the next month, so people can go to see it.
Well, again, we've added 2 performances of Marvin Gaye. So there's more tickets for that particular show. Black Nativity, the Christmas holiday
that's so
show.
popular.
Yes, that is at the Sarasota Opera House this year.
Oh, my.
Yes. So a lot of more people will get a chance to see it. We're doing 5 performances at the Sarasota Opera House of Black Nativity. And so those are the next 2 shows that are coming down the pike. So
I want to say this while I don't want to stop you, but I would like Damon, put that number on the screen, please. And I'm going to suggest, rather than you call, because when you call, you have to call when the box office is open. But if you get them, it's on the screen right now, that you can get the email, not email, but
the website.
website. And any time of the day or night, if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, oh, I want to see that Black Nativity, it's got to be so great if Nate Jacobs is producing it. They'll take care of your order and what you want if you get in touch with that website.
Right.
And it's on there, I think. Yeah, it's right on there. www.westcoastblack. It's what, black dot
No dots. It's West Coast
Theater Organization.
Blacktheater.org.
.org.
Yes.
Oh, there's the dot. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So that's what you have to do, and don't wait, because what happens here is, now Nate can say they got 2 performances they added and so forth, whatever
Yeah.
they did, but those are going to be sold out.
They do go
and
fast.
everybody, what they are now.
They do go fast, yeah.
Okay, get your seats, and you'll see if you have never been to the Black Theater Troupe's performances, you're in for a thrill and excitement, and you're not going to stop applauding for a long time. They're just great. He's very talented, and he shares that talent. And very lovely and talented also, Julie Leach
Thank you.
shares her talent, and without it, I don't think that the Black Theater Troupe could exist.
Without the support, no, we could not do the work that we do. So I am very, very grateful of the support we have. We have a wonderful board that we
Yes,
get to work with
we
as
do.
well. Very enthusiastic and supportive. So we're
And
in
lucky.
a good place. Yeah.
And lucky to be on a board that is that significant, because you're doing nothing but excellent work and performing, and I'm so looking forward to that wonderful tribute to what you have done. The people of our community come in and say, we want Nate Jacobs to continue. We want him to keep training these young people. We want him to keep entertaining our community. So keep on keeping on, Nate
Thank
Jacobs.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
very
Annette.
kind. Thank you.
I think that, incidentally, if you go to any Sarasota County Public Library and look for the Community Video Archives section, and anybody in the library will tell you where it is, and look through, you'll see the video archive that was produced by our organization of Nate Jacobs, and it's the life story up until now. But it's like it's like Larry Thompson. I mean, we have Larry Thompson's video archive, but this year we're doing Larry Thompson Continued.
Oh, that's
Because
wonderful.
he's doing wonderful things, and we'll
Right.
probably do a Nate Jacobs Continued, because you're going to be keep doing these wonderful things. Nate, I love the work you do. You are an easy person to really like, because what you see is what you get, and that is a genuine person who loves what he's doing and does so much for the young people coming up.
Well, thank you for your support over the years.
My pleasure.
You were a big
My
part of
pleasure.
marketing us as we were beginning, and thank you. Truly appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Lovely lady, your talent is not to be overlooked, because it is vitally important for the success of the theater.
Thank you,
Okay,
Annette.
we recognize that you're going to have a lot of extra work, but you know something, I think you
It's
give
worth
both
it.
up for it.
The time really flew. We bid you adieu from community. If you want to know why we love it here, so check out Community. Well, it's a who's who, a what's, when, and where show. It's a mover and shakers who carry